Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Fatma Al-Harthi, the Marketing Director of Sadeem Racing.
And I'm Nura Al-Bahsan, the Digital Media Manager of Sadeem Racing. And together, we're the Enterprise Duo.
So today at Sadeem's Echoes, we're talking about a very important topic, which is sustainability. Now, what does sustainability have to do with racing?
Well, more than you think. You may think motorsports and racing don't mix up well, but actually, racing is getting greener by the day.
At Sadeem, we're all about transformation, just like our name, which means nebula. Sustainability plays a big part in that.
We focus on improving aerodynamics for efficiency and reducing waste as much as possible, because even small changes have a big impact.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and hello. Today we're joined in Sadeem Echoes by a known scientific young research, Jamal Al-Luqmani. Welcome, Jamal.
Hello, thank you very much for having me today.
Could you briefly introduce yourself and your work in scientific research, especially in sustainability, please?
Sure, my name is Jamal Al-Luqmani. I'm an ISIF 2023-2024 alumni, and hopefully will be participating in this year's ISIF competition. My work mostly relates to the fields of material science and energy, more specifically energy storage applications.
So, how do you think sustainability can contribute in energy storage applications, can be a part of energy storage?
That's an excellent question. Of course, you can say that sustainability is the cornerstone of what we're moving forward to in energy storage technology and developments. As in general, most of the research that students do today, or even researchers at universities, many of it regard to developing more efficient and effective ways to store the different energy applications we're moving towards nowadays.
So, from your perspective, what are the biggest sustainability challenges we're facing today?
Nowadays, there are a lot of challenges that must be addressed in the area or the field of energy storage. More specifically, I would find it that with the transition from fossil fuels to renewable energy storage, what we find is that a missing piece of detail that many people might disregard or forget is where we're storing the energy we're achieving from all these renewable energy sources, such as solar or wind. Of course, the weather might be sunny today, but it might not be sunny tomorrow. So you have to have an area or a battery, some sorts, that's able to store the energy you're harvesting from the sun or the wind and all other fields. And currently, although the technology most of the time is considered to be lithium-ion batteries used in this field, there are certain limitations that come to these batteries, whether it be their toxicity or harmful to the environment, or even cost due to lithium scarcity. And so I think there are a lot of emerging technologies that could replace the role of lithium-ion batteries in that crucial step of storing the renewable energy we're harvesting nowadays.
So, Jamal, how do you think companies like Mohiba, STEM Racing can contribute and help sustainability, especially dealing with young students?
That's a great question. I find that companies such as Mohiba or competitions such as STEM Racing are of the forefront of the field in terms of energy storage applications and even science in general, as not only are they giving students the opportunity to participate in research projects or competitions, developing their skills or even knowledge about the field, but at the same time, they offer an opportunity for students and youngsters to actually raise awareness about the problem or even acknowledge these problems and how to solve them. At the same time, they also give students a glimpse of what life would be even after high school, whether it be university or further studies after graduation. Having the opportunity to start from now at this age, from year 10 to 12, is an excellent opportunity that's governed by all these emerging companies such as Mohiba and STEM Racing.
And how do you see the role of scientific research and innovation promoting sustainability, particularly from ISIF perspective?
From an ISIF perspective, I would find that most of the research projects actually found or even cater towards ISIF, the competition, is in most regards always aiming to develop the field of energy storage and other applications in the industry. By catering towards these specific applications, you're allowing or incentivizing students, young research students, to actually put their focus into these specific fields that not only raises awareness to that problem, but also allows them to be knowledgeable about the field and what are the current solutions being worked upon in this field. Being able to incentivize them to actually work in that field is something great done by the research community.
So, what advice would you give to students interested in scientific research and sustainability, and what are key skills should they focus on developing?
I think that's an excellent question. Being in this position even from 2 years ago, I find that the most difficult part would be actually starting. And so many students I find, or even myself personally, they're not sure how to start the process or get into the world of research. And actually looking back to it, the process of doing so is just about taking the first step, preparing an email, sending it to universities, asking for an internship there, or even contacting the school, whether or not they have connections to the university, allowing you to work there. I think that's the main point of advice, is taking the first step to actually get into the world of research. Once you're inside, there's always room for improvement, as not only do you get exposed to a large new field that you've never seen before, but at the same time, the skills that you attain from working or practicing in the field of research is something invaluable. For example, the opportunity or the mindset that many researchers have is something I find honestly very inspiring. The process of never giving up, or even trial and error, and also at the same time, even when you fail, the way I find that the professors I've worked with, honestly, they don't view it as failure, but rather they view it as a learning experience and something to look back upon once moving forward. And at the same time, not only are you learning aspects from research itself, but also the opportunity to learn about how to present your research is something very important. As you know, in today's world, having the ability to communicate effectively is something very important.
Thank you, Jamal. They always say that the hardest step is the first step, as you can say. Thank you for joining us today. See you later.
Thank you very much for having me today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Sustainability isn't just a trend, it's shaping the future of racing, and we're lucky to be a part of it. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more Sadeem